What's going on, people, and welcome to my preview for the Manchester derby this weekend. Manchester United versus Manchester City. Score prediction, I'm going to go 3-1 to Man City. I think we could get a draw, and we possibly could nick it, I only say that because we do have a pretty decent record against City, but my head says City will win pretty easily. I'm going to go 3-1. We can cause them problems, but defensively, I don't think we're good enough to win the game. So that's why I think it'll either be a draw or a loss, to be honest. And I'm going with a loss because I feel like they've got too much depth, too much quality. They actually have a style of play, a chemistry, a fluidity that we don't. We rely on moments, and the percentages just don't favour us for that. So I think we could get a draw, but it's going to be very tough. And I predict that City will win 3-1. I think Haaland will be a problem. I think Rodri. I think Walker's tough to beat defensively. So, yeah, I don't see anything else other than 3 points for City, unfortunately. Hopefully we can get something, but not feeling super confident about it. And this is without Kevin De Bruyne as well, so I mean, that just speaks volumes. As for my lineup, I would go with Onana in the sticks. I think he's been playing better recently in the last few games. Starting to show his quality a bit. Delo at right back, he offers a lot going forward, and defensively he's not terrible. Varane and Lindelof as the centre-backs. I think Maguire will probably play with Varane, but I would go with Lindelof. Reguilon at left-back, I like his energy. I liked him at Tottenham, even though he didn't do particularly well there. I liked him at Sevilla before that. So I like him. I think he's done well since we brought him in, and I like his energy, and he can offer something going forward at times as well. Casemiro and Amrabat in the midfield. Obviously, Casemiro's been dealing with a ban and a bit of a knock, so I expect him to be back and start in this game. I think he'll start with McTominay in Ten Hag's plans, but I would go Casemiro and Amrabat. I think it's more solid, more robust, more combative, and just a bit harder for City to get through than if you'd put McTominay with either one of them. So Casemiro and Amrabat in the midfield. I'd put Rashford on the right because he's naturally on his right foot, then crossing balls in and whipping them in like he did the other week for the Højlund goal. And then he doesn't cut in as much and just waste opportunities. Bruno at 10. Garnacho on the left, play him in his strongest position and get the best out of him, and Rashford could do a job on the right, I believe, and then Højlund up top. But we know that Ten Hag will start Antony, we know that he'll start Rashford, and Garnacho won't play. There's a lot of stuff going on with Garnacho at the moment. He's been in the media for a tweet he put out, which is ridiculous. People shouting and crying racism when it isn't. Don't like to see it, and I don't like that he could potentially get banned for something that was actually praising a teammate. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and I hope he doesn't get the ban, because if he does get the ban, it just speaks volumes of this snowflake society we live in. I would start Garnacho. He should be starting games, and he would start for me. So with this team, I think it really could get a draw. But it's going to have to be our A game to get a draw, I believe. If we do that, I think we could get a point. I don't see us winning it, but I have predicted a City win, 3-1. Lots of football coming up the weekend. Can't wait for it. And I'll speak to you guys soon.